That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. That song was chosen by the women who had the retreat yesterday. It's sort of a theme of what's to come as they share. I'm going to share a few words, and the title of my part of the talk is A Good Lie Down, the Perfect Remedy. And I once worked for a woman who was from Australia. Vivian was originally from South Africa, but she and her family immigrated to Australia so her children would not be raised knowing apartheid. Now, Vivian was the national sales manager of an alternative greeting card company, and it was really hip and happening, and I admired her for her wit and her intelligence and her graciousness. She could think under fire. She came up with quick and smart solutions at the drop of a pen. There were occasional moments, very rare, few and far between, that she would get frazzled. And she would jokingly say, "I need a cup of tea, a Beck's, and a good lie down." Now, the cup of tea is synonymous with British culture, and it's always a refreshing treat and beverage. And the Beck's was a tablet that was part aspirin and part speed. And a good lie down was just that, an opportunity to recline, relax, and take a nap. Now, I'm pleased to tell you that Beck's has been taken off the market for obvious reasons. But the cup of tea and a good lie down, they are really good things to have in a time of moment when you might feel frazzled. In fact, the 23rd Psalm begins with, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul." Now, I know many of you would agree with me that lying down in green pastures, looking up at fluffy clouds passing by on a blue sky, kind of sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Of course, they don't mention that the ants begin to crawl on you and the flies swarm at your head. And don't get me started on the sunscreen. But back to that pastoral image of lying down in green pastures and walking beside still waters. I share this pastoral image and the insects because they coexist with each other. No matter where you are, God is. And somewhere an insect is evidence of his divine presence. Now, the beauty of the 23rd Psalm is David reminds us to sit in the wonderment and nurturance of God's creation and contemplate God's love and divinity. Because most of the time we don't. We're very task-driven, errand-driven, and we're doers. And David invites us to be. To be is an empowering experience, to stop in the chaos and the chatter of life and take a breath and lie down in green pastures is empowering. And the women of Unity gave themselves a day of empowerment. And today they're going to share parts of their journey that led up to the day of the retreat and what they gleaned from lying down in green pastures. Although from what I gather, there wasn't much lying down in green pastures, but I'll let them share their stories with you. So I'm going to bring up Reverend Deb to lead this part of the service.
Thank you.
And you got 15 minutes.
Is this on?
It's on,
It's
darling.
on. We did not lie down in green pastures. But we did have a lovely mindfulness walk, and we got to hear the wind through the trees, and we did see a lot of red ants. But it was delightful, beautiful goddess angels on our walk. It was a chance to slow down, listen, go inward, really hear God, be connected. We had such a lovely time connecting with each other. And there were many things to keep us busy. We did go to the labyrinth, and there's a lake. But it wasn't about the doing. We had lovely drumming meditation where Spirit spoke to each one of us. God really anchored us in connection. And there was lovely sharing. So at this time, I would like to have Dina Fahey stand up, please, and to really acknowledge her for leading this wonderful event. Thank you, Dina, very much. It was great. And I'd like Judy and Terry to stand up, and Dawn, wherever she is. Yeah, just stand up. I want to acknowledge them for the work, the food, the great food, the coordinating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'd like at this time for a few women that were there to share their experience. So who would like to come up, or I'll bring the mic to you and share? Danielle? I want you to share.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Danielle. And yesterday was the beginning of something really great, not just for me and not just for the women who attended, but I think for everyone here at Unity Church of El Cajon. The women embodied what I first felt when I came to this church, and that is this circle, this uterus, this womb of love. We were so connected. We were so inspired by our stories and the willingness to just open up and be honest and be ourselves and share with each other our joys, our sorrows, our hopes, our dreams, and it was all connected with love. And I took a walk on the labyrinth, and that was before our drumming circle. On the labyrinth, it took a while to get to the center. So you're centering yourself as you're taking this walk. And the song that kept coming to mind as I took each step was Diana Ross's What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. And that song played in my head the entire time. And it also kept me up for 2 hours last night. So it just embodied yesterday. It was so much of what this church embodies, what this community needs, and what we can feed to everyone else that comes into our church community, as well as we can share those prayers for those who don't. I can't say enough great things about yesterday, and I can't thank those who made it happen enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else would like to share their experience? Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy. And I went to this retreat with the intention of re-energizing. I've been pouring my healing energy into my husband's bout with cancer and to bringing him to wholeness and health. And it has strained me. And I knew going into this retreat with the women that feminine energy would just restore me back to wholeness. It was that nurturing, loving, caring, compassionate feeling that just being there in the presence of them, I felt so re-energized, and especially since we'd spent the night before an emergency and I had 2 hours sleep. So it was a day that just brought me back to my wholeness, and that I can continue to support my husband in his healing and to support everyone here. So the best gift out of all of this is just that feminine energy that is in this room, and it's with everybody, that we are here to nurture and love and care and being in nature also gives you so much strength. So I'm so appreciative that they put this together, and it was a great opportunity.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to share? Ellie?
I went because I wanted to connect. I've been coming to the church for the last couple months, and I wanted to connect on a different, deeper level, and that certainly happened. And I think what I came away with that was such a surprise was I thought it was going to be calm and introspective. And, well, at lunch we were laughing so hard that I almost tinkled. And thanks to Don and ferrets, and, you know, it's a long story. But anyway, and then when we got together and we're going to do a song for you, that also made me laugh, and I hope it makes you laugh this morning too. But I was sharing this with a friend, what we did, and she said to me, "Isn't laughter the best spiritual practice ever?" And I said, "Yeah, it really is." It was just a joyful day. It was a great day, great day.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to share their experience? Judy.
I can't thank you enough for attending and being one of the people that put it together, but I got to take off that hat yesterday as being part of organization and just be me. And one of the things that I came away with, and I wrote to the ladies last evening, was, you know, I went there knowing some of you as ladies of the church and stuff like that, and interacted here and there, and what I left with were sisters. And I had no idea what that means to me, because I have no biological family here in San Diego. And because of reasons that are not important right now, I'm not close to my biological family. And having ladies, as somebody wrote me, "We got you, we got your back." I walked away knowing that we have each other's, and that is such a gift, such a gift. Thank you.
Thank you. Tony, did you want to share?
There's a lot more people here than there were yesterday, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to speak. But what I did want to share with everybody was there was an incredible togetherness yesterday. And I don't know if there are words to describe what that felt like. I think everyone walked away with a wholeness. It was really beautiful to watch, and I shared yesterday during the retreat that I observed a lot. I think that was the one thing I had, the greatest gift that I was able to take away was during meditation I got to open my eyes and I saw this connection that we were all sharing. It was like we were all tethered to each other, an invisible spiritual rope where we were all connected in that one moment. And Dina was leading. You and Dina were drumming during that time, and we were all kind of in this mindful thought. And as I was opening my eyes, and Dina, you stopped drumming, and Dina continued to drum in that heartbeat, rhythmic drumming. It was like one heart was beating at one time. You could see the breath of each person was, collective, and it was a really powerful moment for me in that time, and it kind of tied together what that retreat meant for all of us. So I wanted to thank you, everybody who was there, and everybody who put it together, every hand that was involved, because we all truly walked away with something unique and special, and I know that we will continue to make moments like this again. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share? Okay, now we have our special surprise for you. Jody, would you come to the piano, please? And would the ladies of the group yesterday and the choir, please come up. We are going to do the spiritual hokey pokey for you. And you can sing along because we put the words up if you like. Or you can just enjoy and laugh for this day.
Bless you.
Wow, big group. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I put my prayer in. Yeah, let's do it again. So,
Oh, I feel complete now. I feel the spiritual hokey pokey inside, through my body, through my mind, through my spirit. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased that you shared your experience with us. Now, while we weren't all there, they bring this energy to us that we go forward and continue to expand in our hearts, and that we know this playfulness, this gift of love, this gift of knowing that we count, that we matter, that we're important, goes with us. Every day as a minister, I hear in some small way people who forget. They forget that they are perfect beings of spirit. And they get wrapped up into the mucky muck of life. They get wrapped up into this physical being. They get wrapped up into paying bills and rushing to appointments and chiding themselves for forgetting something. And we are spiritual beings. And thank you, ladies, for sharing that with us, that we are spiritual beings, that we are playful beings, that we grow in love, we grow in community as we love and play together. Will you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that we experienced words of wisdom from many people sharing their experiences of you in their lives. Thank you for loving us wholly and completely. Allow us to feel and experience you at all times, even in those moments of doubt and even in those moments of the mucky muck. Gently remind us that you are there, that you're in control, that you are taking charge, and that all is in divine order. We give thanks and praise. Amen.